These things are really big. I hope everyone is familiar with... Not here. Welcome to Krautsalat. I am Eric, an American living in Germany. Bikers! Here is something that is quite drastically different between the US and Germany. Bikers. Bikers. What comes to mind? I don't want to make a comparison, but I'm going to point out two drastically different things between bikers in the US and bikers in Germany. I'm going to start with the USA. Bikers. There is an American image, like the American biker. This is iconic. Sitting on the Harley, the open road, the wind blowing in your hair. They make movies out of this, TV shows. The Sons of Anarchy. Where would that be? I hope everyone is familiar with Easy Rider. Like, this is so American. The Captain America chopper is literally, it's an American icon, like baseball. With movies, TV shows, Sons of Anarchy, like all of this stuff has built off of this American image. I won't get into the depths of some of the clubs that we're all familiar with, but I just want to talk about the image and like the social impact. I had a thought, like there's a lot of biker rallies. The US has a lot of biker rallies. These things are really big, like Daytona and Sturgis. Once I started thinking about it, it reminded me a little bit of the German metal festivals. So maybe there's a bit of a parallel. Like I've already talked about metalheads and the metal scene in Germany and how it's a little bit more accepted. I think now there's a little bit more acceptance with bikers in the US. Like I've seen documentaries where like bikers are no longer the outlaw, like that's the stereotypical biker outlaw kind of disappeared. So a lot of these people, especially among Harley riders, it's like you get a lot of doctors and lawyers and more upscale citizens. But some of these biker rallies, it's such a big event. I've been to some small ones, but I've been to Daytona Bike Week. Thousands, so many, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people during Daytona Bike Week go there. Whether you're a biker or not, the city just becomes alive. Like all you hear is rumble through all of Central Florida for more than a week. It's just, you hear the rumble. It's a unique feeling because you really do feel it. You hear it, you feel it, all of these bikes rumbling. It's really cool to witness. Bikers, this motorcycle, it's an industry in the US. It's become a massive commercial industry. I will keep saying Harley. There's other very good brands like Indian, but Harley is the one that everyone knows. When you've got a product like that and you can put the product name on anything and charge a lot of money for it, like that's commercial success. I don't know of anything better than that. And that's exactly what it is. There's a lot of weekend warriors, guys that have got a bike in their garage, and on a nice Saturday or a nice Sunday, they'll take it out, dust it off, and go ride. But then you have so many people that basically live on their bikes. Maybe some of these guys roll their bike into their living room to park it for the night. At the time when I decided to buy a Harley after moving from Wisconsin to Florida, in the years that I'd lived in Wisconsin, I spent a lot of my winters riding a snowmobile. So being out there in the air, it was kind of like, I don't know, it was like a natural adaptation. Like I go from the snowy winters of northern Wisconsin to the year-round summer weather of Florida, and it was quite easy to see myself on a bike. And when I got it, I was a bit more of the type that I was living on it. It became my main source of transportation. I was on that thing every day, going to work, but then also recreational. So like going out and taking a joyride and just the open road. For me at the time, that was like the ultimate like relaxation and like an adrenaline rush at the same time. Like when you spend a lot of time out on the road on a bike, yeah, like there's several times some very close calls with accidents. I had one time in heavy traffic. There was one time, only once, did I ever lay my bike down. And this was just me being a bit distracted. Like I wasn't paying attention. Heavy rush hour traffic. It had just finished raining. The roads were slick. I came in and merged with the traffic, and I was watching a car that was on the side of the road because it was moving as if it was about to come into the traffic. The traffic was stop and go, and I was watching the car on the side. We were speeding up. I'm shifting into second gear, and I'm watching the car moving on this because the car was not parked on the shoulder. It was moving, and suddenly the car in front of me was stopped, and I had to lock up the brakes right away. And because of the wet road, I slid and ended up going down on my side. Luckily, nothing major, a couple scratches on the bike. So it could have been much worse. I know lots of people that have had much worse. I've had friends in the past that got into major accidents, and definitely people die within that community. Like that's quite common. So you have to be smart. You have to be safe. I did make a long road trip with it. I was living in Florida, but I bought the bike in northern Illinois. I ended up riding it from Illinois to Florida. That was cool. That's an experience. Like there's no way to describe it. Like you can watch some movies or something, but until you do something like that on your own, you got to do it. That's the only way to experience it. So there was the American on the Harley, but now on this side, we've got the American on the bicycle. Now here I am in Germany on a bicycle. It's still two wheels, still have the wind in my hair, and there's still a major sense of freedom. One question for me is, like, I was riding a Harley in the US. Why am I not riding one here? Well, I think I will be again. Like that's going to take a little time. I have noticed that it's a bit more expensive here. So maybe the next time you see me on a motorcycle, maybe it's not going to be a Harley. I think that time will come because I do miss it. It was something I really enjoy. So I will get back on that motorcycle. I will get back on that bike. At the moment, all of my transportation is shorter distance. And I have to admit, I'm a bit slow to getting my German driver's license. So that's also the thing. Like I really enjoy being limited to using the bike the way that I do, or getting around by foot, or using public transportation. Yeah, because of the fact that it's easier for me to get around by bike, I think they do make it a bit more difficult to get a driver's license here in Germany. And the ease of getting around the city, like so many people can manage their daily life. One friend of mine didn't get his driver's license till his late 20s, where in the US, you start training at about 15 years old to take your driver's education. It does take more to get the license to drive a motorcycle, but in comparison, I think it's more difficult and more expensive here. Here in the German cities, the ease of getting around, like, yeah, I wouldn't want to, even with a car, like the average daily experience that I have, I greatly prefer the bicycle. Like it's just easier staying out of traffic. Not only with the practical purposes of having a bike, many people here still enjoy the recreational use out of having a bike. Like I know a lot of people do a lot of mountain biking and like trekking and like, there's a lot of that off-road stuff. I've got a friend that races with her dogs. So I'm forgetting what that's called. And I think she will kind of slap me for that. But she's got like an off-road race bike and she runs with her dogs and they race. So like you have lots of people that do that. One comparison that I can make, like I pointed out the lifestyle of the American biker. There's people here that their bike is also their lifestyle and they will plan summer tours. Like they will go and like live and travel on their bike for 2 or 3 months. I've met quite a few people that do this. The bike tours, I don't know if there's anything, I'm sure there's some groups like the biker rallies in the US. I compared them to the metal festivals. I don't know. Maybe some of you German bikers can let me know. Like, do you have like big gatherings? Let me know in the comments and tell me about some of these get-togethers, because I know this is a big community, so I'm sure you guys meet and take big rides or something. I have not been able to make any big trips. I need to get a better bike for that. But for now, I'm very happy getting around the way that I do. It's nice not being stuck in traffic, especially on a hot summer day when you've got the hot Harley sitting underneath of you and the heat from the pavement and everything. I do not miss that. So there's something for your time. Thank you for sticking around with me. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and thank you for joining me here at Krautsalat. See you next time. Feierabend.